Eric Clark is a partner at Borowitz & Clark, a leading consumer bankruptcy law firm with 6 offices located throughout the Los Angeles area. The firm is widely recognized as one of the top consumer bankruptcy firms in Southern California and have helped over 40,000 people go through difficult financial times and come out the other side with a fresh start. Let's meet Eric Clark. Hello, Eric.
Hi, Tim.
And thanks for coming in.
Nice to see you.
Same here. Please sit down. So, Eric, tell me, what made you decide to become a bankruptcy attorney?
Well, I started my career in New York and Connecticut as a family law attorney and spent about a year doing that. And it was a very frustrating area of law for me to practice. I ended up deciding that I would go into business and came out here to Southern California to go to business school. And while doing so, took a part-time job at a bankruptcy firm and very quickly found an area of law that I really admire. It gives me the opportunity to help people out every single day, which was something that was very important to me as part of my career. It also allows me to talk with clients with a certain degree of certitude as to the outcome of the case, and I found that also to be enjoyable.
Well, you know, we chatted a little bit about this before. Really, anyone could be a prospect to file for bankruptcy. You can't classify one type of person, oh yeah, they're going to go bankrupt. Others aren't. This day and age, almost anyone could be a potential client, really, and go through that.
Very true, especially here in Southern California, a very expensive place to live. We have represented people all up and down the economic spectrum. You can go outside today and take a look up and down the street and find all kinds of people who are 1 or 2 paychecks away from having to file for bankruptcy. We all live with a budget every single week or month, and it doesn't take much to disrupt that. And unfortunately, in Southern California, those types of events happen pretty regularly.
Yeah, it can happen to anyone at any time. So I guess, again, that's my contention, that you've just affirmed that it could happen to anybody. Now, I've heard about bankruptcy a little bit. Will you for sure lose your assets if you go through that bankruptcy process?
It's a great question. There's a lot of misconceptions out there about bankruptcy, and that's one of them. The truth is that most of the people who file bankruptcy, roughly 98% of them, don't lose anything in bankruptcy. The laws here in California allow people who file bankruptcy to protect most, if not all, of their assets.
Wow.
And certainly a good bankruptcy lawyer will be able to tell you up front whether or not you run the risk of losing any assets. And if that is the case, we'll talk about different options. In fact, Tim, there's so many misconceptions out there about bankruptcy that my business partner and I put together this booklet that talks about the top 10 myths. There's actually more than that about bankruptcy. And anybody can get a copy of this just by going on our website. They can download this for free, and it'll answer a lot of good questions. But that is one of them, and the truth is that no, almost everybody going through bankruptcy keeps everything they own when they walk in.
Okay, now I've heard there are also other options than bankruptcy. For example, debt consolidation or debt negotiation. What can you tell us about that?
Sure. We go through all of the options. When a person comes into our office for a free consultation, we sit there and we go through all of the options. Bankruptcy is not the only option sometimes, and if it isn't, or if there's better options, we'll certainly discuss those. With respect to those two in particular, we find that a lot of times people come in and they don't really fully understand what they mean when they say debt consolidation or debt negotiation. Part of that is because they've talked to some friends or maybe somebody who works in that area who hasn't been completely upfront with the ramifications of all of them. For example, one of the things that we find often in debt consolidation is people don't really understand how that detrimentally impacts your credit for years, and that it also there are several creditors that don't participate in debt consolidation programs. On the debt negotiation side, there are tax consequences that are rarely discussed when people go in and talk about debt negotiation with companies. So we go over all of that, all of the different options, bankruptcy and non-bankruptcy options. And on all of these options, we talk about the good and the bad so that people can make an informed decision. That's really what we're all about. Make an informed decision, and you have to get the facts before you can do that.
Well, I know the weight of struggling financially can just truly just be on your back and just cover everything. You get to the point you just can't even think about anything else. What's the best way for people to start learning about their options if they are going through those financial struggles?
Truthfully, it's to seek out the counsel of a really good attorney. I mean, for our office, you can log right onto our website or call our office, and we offer a free consultation. We sit during that consultation with the client, go over all of their issues, and make sure that we know exactly what we can do and what we can't do for the client. Our office takes a real holistic approach to this process. It's not just a legal transaction. We're really looking to see what needs to happen to get this client the fresh start that they're looking for and get them to the point where they can go out and, after this is over, live the life that they want to live without the crushing weight of all of the debt and the stress associated with it.
My guess is that the first time people meet with you, they feel so hopeless. They feel there's nothing they can do. Even just meeting with someone like you, they probably just have a stress relief just right there before the process has even started, before there are any real results. Just knowing that they're doing something to get back on track. I got to feel that light at the end of the tunnel kind of effect has got some value too.
Absolutely. The hardest part about this is picking up the phone or logging on and contacting us in the first place. Once you've done that, that's part of the stress relief right there. But you're absolutely right. When a client comes in and meets with us, the most common thing that is said to me after we're done and I'm showing them out of the office is, wow, I can finally sleep tonight. Wow, the sense of relief I feel is unbelievable. And the truth is that there are a number of people come into our office every week where we tell them bankruptcy is not your best option. However, here are some other options, and we'll refer you to people who can handle that part of it for you. But the sense of relief of just knowing, again, the biggest problem is that most people are going by what they're hearing by their coworkers or, God forbid, their creditors telling them what they can do. When they find out the real truth, the sense of relief is fairly overwhelming. Lots of hugs at the end of consultations.
Great. Well, good, Eric. Your contact information is up on the screen. I would encourage anyone to give you a call because, again, that alone, that just getting the process started, like again, the expression, the light at the end of the tunnel that you're providing is it's a wonderful thing. So, Eric Clark of Borowitz and Clark, thanks very much. Sure appreciate you coming in.
Thank you, Tim. Pleasure.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you.